In this little video, I'm just going to show you how to set up the pattern for this simple cowl design. It looks quite intricate, but in fact it's just made up of 3 stitches, 1 double followed by 2 treble crochet stitches. And these keep being repeated round and round in a continuous spiral until you have crocheted as much fabric as you want, or as whatever height you want your cowl to be, ready to fasten off. But it's the beginning. We just have to get set up with our foundation round. The pattern is made up of a combination of 3. So when you're setting up your chain, it's multiples of 3. So I've done a very short chain here just for the demonstration of 15 chain stitches. It's important to recognise the top and the bottom of the stitches, or the right side and the wrong side. And what we've got in front of us is the right side facing. You can clearly see the V's facing you and it feels quite smooth. When you turn it over on the wrong side, it's very bumpy and it's also very hard to define the individual stitches. So right side facing is always where you can see those V's. So I have a chain here of 15 and I'm now going to join that into the round. Normally when you join into the round, you would use a slip stitch and then begin the pattern with 1 or 2 chains. But in this pattern, we're going to go straight into the pattern repeat and create this continuous spiral. So I've got my right side facing, I can see all those V's facing upwards, and now I'm ready to join in the round. And the first stitch we're going to do in the round is a double crochet. So just get my yarn in place. So for a double crochet, I bring the yarn through. I've got the 2 loops on my hook and yarn through those 2. So first stitch is done and the round is now joined. Into that same chain, I'm going to add 2 treble crochets. So yarn on into the chain, through 2, that's my first one. And again, the second treble crochet. There we go. So I've done a cluster of 3 stitches all into that first chain, a double crochet followed by 2 trebles. Now I need to count 2 chains and miss them. So 1, 2, and I'm going to work into the 3rd chain with that same stitch combination. So that's a double crochet followed by 2 trebles. So I've now done 2 stitch clusters, or combinations of 3. Again, I'm going to count, so I need to count 2, miss 2 chains, 1, 2, and into the 3rd. And when I put my hook in, I go right into the base of that chain, so that when I put the hook in, you should see 2 loops lying across the top of your hook, and underneath there should be 1 thread going across the bottom of the hook. So then I know I'm in the real base part of the chain. So this is another DC followed by 2 trebles. So this first round takes a little bit of time to set up and it involves a bit of counting. And you just have to go quite steadily round, each time counting the missing chains. 1, I use the tip of my hook to do this. 1, 2, into the 3rd, to the base of that, to get each of these 3 stitch combinations set up. So again, 1, 2, in 1, 2, and into the 3rd. And we're ready now to come round to the beginning again. So normally with working in the round, you would then do another slip stitch and add additional chains to continue. But with this pattern, as I said at the beginning, we're going to work in a continuous spiral. So I'm now going to work into the very first double crochet that I started with, and I can see it's here. This was the first double crochet I made, and so into that I'm going to carry on with my 3-stitch combination. So into that I'm going to work my normal combination of double crochet followed by 2 treble crochets, and this round is much easier, and the rounds ongoing will be much easier because now I'm not working into the chains, I'm just working into the stitches. So I can see treble, treble, double, and from now on I only work my 3-stitch combination into double stitches. So that's my 2 trebles, and again I'm looking from above, treble, treble, work into the double. I'll just do one more, treble, treble, double. So you can see now it's becoming much easier to read and much quicker to do. And you will just carry on with that stitch combination. You can see now how those clusters work, alternating on top of each other. And you will carry on working that combination for the rest of your cowl.